Join Hackleswell, a scholar adventurer, on his journey to complete his daughter's last wish, here on Wilona's Cave. If you would like to support the channel and gain access to my game, Haiku Journey, a solo journaling game, which is an enchanting solo journaling game that blends the art of haiku with rich storytelling, transporting players from magical fantasy realms to the vast expanse of outer space and beyond. Please consider becoming a Patreon member today. Thank you for your support. I'm going to play this a little bit different, where I'm playing like this and I'm holding my camera. So you get nice close-up shots. I'll try to keep the camera as still as possible, where I'm going to show my rolls. Here's all the dice. Hackleswell, the YouTube community post, everybody voted for Flooded Dungeon, which in the previous day, I'll show in the video later on at the end. At the end, I'll do behind the scene kind of thing, going through my journal, the finished journal, to make sure I said everything. And I'll include something very interesting that happened like 8-9 months ago when I was playing this game, the series, that links to this without me even thinking about it. A random roll that just linked to this Flooded Dungeon when it was randomly chosen by all of you in the YouTube community post. So, Hackleswell is in this Flooded Dungeon, and I'm going to roll on the inspiration table. So let me roll on that right now. Okay. Well, I was interrupted by my daughter. I edited that part out. I did roll it. I did roll 2 D20 for an inspiration, but I had to get up and shut off the camera. But regardless, I rolled it. So I rolled a 5 and a 14, which is death and person. So there's a dead body near Hackleswell, and I'm thinking that maybe Hackleswell like kicks the body by accident and gets his foot stuck to make, just a little more dramatic, a little more suspense. So I'm gonna see if Hackleswell can successfully pull his foot out of being stuck, which I'm just gonna roll on strength, which is if you just roll 13 or below. So let's see how that goes. There you go, 7, so success. So under 13, success, awesome. So as of right now, Hackleswell is stuck in the water. I'm just doing this live to show that, my actual play instead of talking about my adventure after it's been done. So his foot is stuck and he rolled a 7, so he with strength, so he can get out of being stuck. But I'm gonna ask the fortune chart right now. It's a 2d6. So let me get 2d6. It's a fortune, well, I'm tilting yes, so it's a 2d6 and take the highest. So I'm thinking it's gonna be a yes. The question I'm gonna pose is that, and here's the fortune chart here. The question I'm gonna pose is, the person that is dead, is it a recent death or is it like a skeleton? So I'm assuming that it's a recent death. So this tilt yes is for a recent death. So if the higher number is 4, 5, or 6, it's a recent death. Double 6, I wonder what that could mean. Okay, so with that double 6, I'm gonna play it. You're just supposed to take which one's the highest. So they're both a 6, so that's the highest, which is a extreme yes. So the question of, is the dead body, the dead body recent, or is it like a skeleton? So an extreme yes and a double extreme yes, how I'm gonna interpret that is, the body died within the last hour. The body died within the last hour, that's 1/6. Now, really that's all you're supposed to do, but I'm gonna take it even further because it's kind of a little bit uncommon to roll like this. The body died within the last hour, that Hackleswell's foot got stuck in the armor or the clothes or whatever. This other 6, the ghost is in that dungeon. So it's so recent that the ghost hasn't moved yet. The ghost is with Hackleswell. But I don't think Hackleswell notices, but I'm gonna roll on awareness right over here. So I'm gonna roll on awareness, 14 or less, and let's see if Hackleswell notices the ghost. So right now, here's Hackleswell. And I put the ghost up here. So the ghost is in the vicinity, but I gotta roll to see. And by the way, this is how I usually play solo RPG. So I'm glad I'm doing this. I should have done this from the beginning of the series to show how I actually play, not just the aftermath of the journal reading. But the last roll is a live dice roll. But regardless, this is how I play. So here's Hackleswell. The dead body is somewhere down here. And this is a little bit, this is close to my drawing, so I chose this image. So the drawing that I'm, been showing in this video of my own tracing and shading. The ghost is up here. I want to see this next dice roll of awareness if Hackleswell notices the ghost. Okay, I'm gonna roll for Hackleswell now for awareness. He has a 14, it's intelligence. He has a 14 or below. He's aware of the ghost, or notices the ghost at least. And this might be, I think this is the first time I'm gonna use it. If I don't successfully roll it, I am gonna roll, or I'm gonna use Soul Survivor. It costs 3 willpower points. And what that does is allows me, that's the 2, when you make your solo character, right here. Heroic ability, army of 1, you get to draw 2 initiative cards in combat, so you get 2 turns per each round, or Soul Survivor. I knew my character is not really a fighter, so I took Soul Survivor. Unfortunately, this is 3 willpower points, this is none. When adventuring alone, you may push a roll without suffering the condition. So, sorry for my chair squeaking, intelligence right here. So, instead of trying again, rolling again, whether or not it succeeds or not, I'm going to get an angry condition. By using Soul Survivor, I won't get the angry condition. So if I have to, I have to. So 14 or lower, Hackleswell notices the ghost. Here we go. Or is aware of the ghost. 2. Ooh, that was almost critical. Dang it. And if it was, so let's keep going with this. And if it's not, I'll correct it on the screen, or I'll just edit this out. If you roll a 1, which is, so it's a 2. Let me write that down. 2 on my journal. If I rolled a 1, which would be, see, there's the demon, so that's bad. That means some critical failure. There's the dragon, a 1. If you roll a dragon, you go to your awareness, or wherever skill you used. Where is it at? And check off this spot here. So when it's time to level up, you use those as points. Regardless, I'll get whenever there's leveling up needed, I'll get into those rules later on. So Hackleswell sees the ghost. Luckily, he's facing that way. So Hackleswell does see the ghost, like I mentioned. But what I want Hackleswell to do now is move. Come on, depth perception. There we go. Looking at the screen and not the. I'm like, why am I not grabbing his head? I want him to move to the dark area next to the wall. There we go, I did better that time. So if he was, now this is a benefit, I'm kind of house ruling this part, but this is, if I was a GM for a table, I would have told people, you need to roll 2d20, a Bane, and take the highest number, which, typically means you may fail, because you're in water, it's gonna be very hard to sneak. You're gonna make a lot of noise, typically, okay? But because he's a duck, I'm not gonna do the Bane roll. He's a Mallard, regardless. I'm gonna do 1d20. So let's see how that goes right now. Let's see if he can successfully sneak. Once again, if I fail it, I'm gonna be using my Soul Survivor. So he needs a 10 or less, right? Yes, 10 or less, here we go. Is he gonna successfully sneak to that wall? 7, yes, he moves, awesome. Come on, Moses, you can do it. There we go. No depth perception at all when you look in the camera. So Hackleswell right now is observing the ghost, and the ghost is basically just moving back and forth. Ooh, I'm a ghost. I'm just moving back and forth. That's my ghost impression, by the way. So, if you didn't know, because it was horrible. Anyways, I wonder if this ghost is not, he's waiting a while and this ghost isn't leaving. And I'm not gonna roll for that to see if the ghost will leave now or not. The ghost is not leaving. I'm just gonna say that. Maybe it's because of this dead body that is in the water in this area where Hackleswell had his foot stuck in, basically. So I'm gonna roll on that. Is the ghost here? It's a 2, and I'm gonna say a yes. So I'm gonna tilt again. So, and tilt it to a yes. So a 4, 5, or 6. And the ghost is here because of that body that's in the water. 4, 5, or 6 is a yes. No. So the highest number, which is no. It's not an extreme no, it's a no. So I'm just gonna just play that out as the ghost isn't, this body here, whether the ghost is the one that killed it or not, which I'm assuming the ghost did, that's not his reason why he's sticking around. I wonder why. Now, since Hackleswell is the all-knowing and his, let's see here, his weakness is craving knowledge, the all-knowing scholar, does he know, one moment, let's see, let me back up here. Where is it at? This is the ghost. To purge, to banish the ghost permanently is to cast purge, which I don't have, or solve whatever problem keeps it bound to the world of the living. Does Hackleswell know what that problem is? Let's find out. So we're gonna use Myth and Legends, which is a 14, so 14 or below, and he gets it on a D20. Here we go. Let's see if he knows the problem. 6, so he does know. So let's roll on the inspiration table now, and let's see what we get. Let's see, D20, 5. Destroy, curse, death. Okay, another death, okay. Let's see what, and curse is pretty good too, cursed. Let's see. Let's see another one, number 2. Control, arcane captivity. Okay, well, he's held captive. He died here and then he's held captive for some reason, huh? Wonder why. Wonder why. Let's see one more roll. Let's see. 11. Protect forgotten leader. It's almost like a sentence. Protect. Okay, we'll just do protect. Look how many times I'm rolling here. I've never done this much before. Protect what? 15. Search moving power. Protect the power. Protect a power. One more roll. What's this power? 20. Weaken violent weapon. A powerful weapon. Let's see what the weapon does. 9. Hunt destroyed history. A powerful weapon in history. All right, no, he won't even know. He won't. Okay, well, no, he might know. Let's see if, because Hackleswell knows all about all that. So let's see if Hackleswell knows what this weapon is. Yeah, he does. I don't know now. I don't think I can roll for the inspiration on this one. Let's see. 9. No. All right, so he's bound here because of a powerful weapon. Oh man, that was a lot of rolls. So I'm gonna have Hackleswell use 3 willpower points to use intuition. So I marked them off. So now I have 10 willpower points, or Hackleswell has 10 willpower points. I wrote it down, prepping it up. Let's see what Hackleswell rolls, but it's Hackleswell uses intuition to see if he is close to the powerful weapon. When I was writing that, I said, you know what? I should have just said yes or just rolled on the fortune chart, because the ghost is pacing back and forth like I mentioned. Maybe the powerful weapon is here, and that's what this other person that tried to do something with the powerful weapon or steal it, faltered and died, because most likely the ghost killed that person. But the ghost is pacing back and forth. Why? Because the powerful weapon's here. So instead of doing a fortune chart, I'm gonna roll intuition and see if Hackleswell, has a hunch, has an intuition that the weapon's close by. Remember that the intuition is enchanted now because of Olgrid, his friend, the mage farmer, is enchanted with his daughter's voice, and it will light up blue when he asks a question, or not, I guess asks a question as an intuition. Instead of thinking of it in his mind, he speaks to the locket, the sunflower that his daughter made him for a gift. So that's going to possible in the future, by the way. That's probably going to give some issues. Like, it could light up when it's not supposed to, or it could speak when it's not supposed to, when he's trying to sneak. But regardless, so, here we go. Here we go, perfect. I'm glad I said all that. He's going to ask intuition, but he's going to forget, I think. He's going to forget that, because I forgot. He's going to forget that it's going to speak, and we're going to roll to see if, well, he doesn't have perception or anything, or excuse me, not perception, but awareness. But we're going to roll for the ghost to see if the ghost heard his daughter speak through the sunflower. So because the ghost is pacing back and forth, I'm going to roll a 2d6, tilting the scale on the fortune chart to a yes. So the highest number is the one we keep, and that's going to be 4, 5, or 6 is a yes. Let's see. 2 5s. So that is a yes. So the ghost is here. No, excuse me. This is Hackleswell knows that the weapon's close by. He has a gut feeling, and it makes sense because the ghost is pacing back and forth in this area. Maybe it's down here in this pit. I don't know, but now I get a roll because his daughter in the locket was speaking. So let's roll. I mean, I don't have any awareness for him, so I could just do a D10. A D20 and just say it's 10, or I could just ask the fortune. I'll just ask the fortune chart. Not to cheat. I'm not trying to cheat, but I don't see any advantages running water and everything, and maybe the locket wasn't that loud. So I'm going to do 1d6 and see where it is. I'm not going to tilt the scale to yes. I'm just going to do a 1d6 on this. So let's see, what did we get? A 4. That's a yes. The ghost did hear it. So the ghost did hear Hackleswell's daughter speak, and the weapon is close by. So what's going to happen is, it only makes sense, the ghost is going to go in the direction of where he heard that voice. Now, he's not too sure. I'm not going to roll for it. He's not too sure. The ghost isn't too sure where that voice came from, but he did hear it. I wonder what I can do now. I wonder what Hackleswell can do. I wonder if the weapon is like really close by. You know what? If the weapon is close by, let's see if he can roll for spot hidden, 14 or less. Let's see if, I'm not gonna say he's gonna get a boon, which is an advantage for it, because he knows that it's in the vicinity. He has a hunch. I'm just gonna roll 1d20. If it's 14 or less, he notices where it is. Let's see. Please roll. What is that? Oh no, I gotta roll again. Whenever it's like doesn't roll fully, I gotta roll again. Let's see. 4, he does notice. He sees it. He sees it. Let's say it's this D4 right here. It's right in here. That D4 is the secret weapon, or this powerful weapon that this ghost is cursed to protect. How is he gonna get this? The point of it is to, I'm assuming, destroy this powerful weapon, and then that will unbound this ghost and will banish it permanently. I thought, between these edits, it's been a while of me thinking of what to do next. Basically, Hackleswell's kind of stuck. If he moves, he's probably going to go into combat, and he's not prepared for that. Especially that the ghost is HP of 27 and Hackleswell is 10, and the average damage is a 2d8 of a lot of things, so you could roll a 16 and it's over. I'm going to try something, but I'm going to use a Bane, so a disadvantage. I'm going to roll 2d20, take the highest. Where's the other one? There it is. I'm going to roll 2d20, take the highest. Hackleswell has a fishing line and hook. He's gonna cast his fishing hook, his fishing line, to the weapon, and hopefully it snares it, and he can reel it in slowly. If any of these, well, obviously one of them, doesn't matter if any of them, if one of these rolls a 20, if the hook, he cast so poorly that the hook hit the ghost in the face. Okay, so the ghost is gonna know, whoa, what was that? And looks in the direction and probably will see Hackleswell. So if one of these are a 20, we're in big trouble. But, oh, you know what? What would I, oh, wait. Hunting and fishing, 10. Okay, there we go. So I have to roll a 10 or below to successfully hook this weapon and then reel it in. So 10 or below. If anything's over 10, obviously, I didn't do it. So I'm taking the highest, by the way. I'm taking the highest number. 2 11s. Oh, that's too bad. He casts it. It snares it because it's so close to a 10, but then it slips off. Hey, who said you can't try again? Who said you can't try again? You know what I'm saying? But I'm going to add a +1 to this roll. It's gonna be another Bane. I'm gonna add a +1 because maybe it's too heavy and it's really hard to, or there's not much area for the hook to catch. Okay, so I'm gonna add a 1 to this roll. I'm gonna modify it. Hopefully I don't get a 20. Here we go, 10 or less. No, okay. No, that's a bad idea, I guess. All right, well, sorry, Hackleswell. Okay, plan B. He has webbed feet. He can roll with a boon here, right here. He could roll with a boon, 2d20, okay? For 10 or less, he's gonna swim underwater. He's gonna go underwater, which it looks pretty shallow, but regardless, he's just a mallard. He should be tiny. He's gonna swim underwater, or just, he's probably the size of a dwarf or less. He's gonna swim underwater, and I'm gonna make it, I don't know how to say it right, anxiety producing, I guess. I'm gonna have the ghost even come closer now. So if he screws up, we're in combat. So it's gonna be 2d20, take the lowest now, rolling a 10 or less. And if he fails, if he rolls like a 12 or a 13 of the lowest die, for some reason he has to come up out of the water, and he's gonna, but slowly, and we're going to roll to see if he can do a sneak. Like if he came up, we have to roll another 10 to see if he can come up, quietly. If he rolls a 20 of the, well, it would be the lowest number we choose. If both of them become 20, it's combat immediately. He came up out of the water gasping for air for some reason and really made the ghost notice him. Okay, so we're gonna be doing a, where's my swimming? 10. 10 or less, lowest number we choose. Here we go. Let's get a better vantage point. A 1. Right there. All right, Hackleswell, finally you did something right. Isn't that cool, by the way? So that's a 1, so that's a critical success. And that also means that I gotta put a tick mark on that dot right there next to swimming, which is gonna help me level up. So it's a dragon as the 1, and the other side is a 20, which is a demon. You see that? It's pretty cool. Let me write all that down. That's a lot going on. Let me put it in my notes right here. So while I was writing my notes, I realized that I re-rolled again for fishing, and that's sort of like pushing my roll, but I added a +1 to it. I don't know if I should just use a willpower because I have Soul Survivor, or should I take a tick mark on a condition? But in my thought process, when you're fishing in real life, if you didn't catch something, you just cast it again. I mean, it's just, is there really pushing a roll to cast again? If so, why would you even go fishing? I can only cast once. If I cast again, what's the hunting and fishing? Agility. I get dazed. How am I gonna get dazed? Like, oh no, I'm dizzy. I couldn't catch nothing. It doesn't make sense. So I think I'm gonna leave it like that. So I added a +1. So there we go. I at least modified the roll. Okay, so that's a critical success on the swimming. So Hackleswell goes underwater slowly and swims all the way up to the weapon that's down here in this pit. deep pit. Okay, so how is that going to be a critical success, Moses? So how I'm playing it, it's a critical success is that he was so quiet, so calm about it, so quick about it, swimming that is, that the ghost says, oh, there must be nothing here. I must have heard something. That's all. And then goes back up here and paces back and forth. Thankfully. Okay, so now Hackleswell is under, I mean, they could breathe for a while, I'm assuming. I don't know. But they could probably breathe for a while. I used to raise quail, and they couldn't breathe underwater. I didn't try it out. I didn't harm my animals. I love those little quails. But what now? Okay, so now it's a weapon, and let's say it's not like, let's say it's a sword. Let's say it's a sword. So I looked at that right here on the GM screen, and I'm like, okay, it's a sword. So it's a powerful sword. How do you break a sword? You know, to banish this ghost. Because Hackleswell needs to sleep here. He needs to sleep because he's having issues sleeping, if we've been following the story, or if you remember. He has an enchanted blanket to help calm him down that was gifted to him, etc., etc. So how does he destroy a sword underwater? Let me think about it for a while. Okay, I thought about it, and I'm going to ask the fortune chart a question. I'm not going to do any tilting. Was this sword, did this sword belong to this ghost? Let me roll on that. I'm assuming yes, to be honest. To be honest, it makes a lot of sense. It makes a lot of sense. He's probably was cursed with the sword for some reason. It was his sword, but it was bound to him. So I'm gonna tilt for, oh, what am I doing? Wrong dice. 2d6, 4, 5, or 6. I take the highest. So 4, 5, or 6 is a yes. A 6, extreme yes. Extreme yes, so right over here. By the way, this is exactly how I play solo, just like this. And yes, like this too, either my drawings or a printed drawing, either or. And I'm gonna be showing my drawing of this scene in this video, by the way. I started recording before finishing the drawing. Let's see. So it's a 6, extreme yes, he's bound by it. So, okay, how I'm gonna play that, extreme yes. That is the reason why he's bound. That is his sword. And it's not that the sword has to be broken to unbound him. You have to kill the ghost with that sword. That's how this is gonna play out, I think, with this extreme yes. You have to kill the ghost with that sword to banish him completely. Even just one strike, one successful strike will unbound him. And because Hackleswell has been rolling a lot of successes with Myth and Legends, I'm not gonna do that with this. Hackleswell knows that's how you unbound this this ghost. You banish this, unbound and banish this ghost, is by striking the ghost with its legendary mythical weapon. And hopefully if we win, if this is how it's gonna play out, if Hackleswell does do that, hopefully the sword doesn't get banished as well, and we're gonna have a mythical magical sword instead of just a staff. But his sword is a 6. Oh, that's horrible. Basically, that means that if I grab this sword, run up to the ghost, I have to roll a 6 or less on a d20 to strike the ghost. Is this worth it, everybody? Well, let's find out. Hackleswell is gonna pick up the sword, and then I'm gonna roll for sneak to sneak up the stairway and see if I could strike him. So here we go. So he takes the sword, slowly gets out of the water, and let's see if he could sneak. This might be the end, everybody. Let's find out. So let's see if he can sneak. Now remember, I have Soul Survivor. So you better believe that I'm gonna re-roll again and use that if he fails the sneak test. The sneak is what? The sneak is what? Where is the sneak? 10. So he does get all the way up, right next to the ghost, and the ghost is not aware. Moses, you really should have just thought this out. Maybe there's another way to do this. Oh, here we go. Okay. A 6 for sword. A 6 or less. Here we go. Oh, no way. Oh my God. He hits the ghost and the ghost just screeches and perishes, just vanishes. And now Hackleswell has a magical sword that I gotta work up. So I hope you enjoyed this, this first encounter. I can't believe that happened. I hope you enjoyed this first encounter, the first combat scene of Dragonbane with me. Oh, mercy, I can't believe that. Oh, all right, now he has a sword I have to write up, so I don't know how I'm gonna do that. I have a few ideas, but it has to be something important. Maybe it does something special instead of just striking. Oh, wow. All right, everybody. Happy gaming. Congratulations, Hackleswell, you live for another day. Now time for him to sleep. Probably gonna take sleeping poisons to help him sleep. So this is just to show the journal because it's also trying to teach people how I journal or show people how I journal. Many people are interested on looking at the journal. So I always date everything, every page, always. And then obviously what time of day it is. And then I go through and I just and I write, he enters a new area inside the castle. It is flooded. It is a flooded dungeon. Oh, let me show you this, how interesting this is. Now this was chosen, by the way, with a community post, YouTube community post. People chose flooded dungeon. Let me show you something really cool right now. There, let me see here. Look at this. On, look at the date. 5/19/23 is when I played this, and it's February 24 now. So look at this, where we're going into, there's the ghost, we're going into the castle, and I rolled inspiration table. Look what I rolled, everybody. A 10 and a 5, flooded death. So who knew? I didn't think about this. This didn't inspire me to make an option of a flooded dungeon. So it's like, I just love how solo role-playing works like that. So I did inspiration table, death person. That's how we found out we had a person that was in the water. Hackleswell walks slowly and gets stuck. Then I rolled strength. It was success that, you know, he got unstuck. Fortune chart, tilt yes, recent death. It was. And then because I rolled 2 6s, it's 2 extreme yes. I house rolled that. He sees in the water someone's dead body, notices that is a recent death. So recent that the ghost that haunts this castle is nearby. Does he see the ghost presence near him? And I rolled, it was a success. He sees the ghost, known Bane because he's he was gonna sneak over here. But there was, what do you call it? He's a duck, so I didn't do a Bane for that. He wants to sneak against the wall. He succeeded. Let's see. Is the ghost not leaving because of the recent dead body? And I rolled, it was a no. And then we found out it was because of a weapon. It was a weapon. So if you notice, there's no drawings in this section like there is here, which I'm gonna include these drawings in my game, Haiku Journey. I'll leave something in the description for all that. I'm gonna just take a photo of these pictures and add them to the game, might as well. The reason why there's no drawing in here is I wanna make a clean drawing of this flooded dungeon without the dots. That's why. And then I'm gonna print it out, like size it down in a document, print it out, and glue stick, paste it into this paper. Probably right here, yeah, might as well. Perfect. Right here, just side landscape. But yeah, so that's my journal. All right. Any other questions, let me know. Little side bonus behind the scene kind of thing after the episode was done.